Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Daniela, and on this channel we do crafting with a cocktail, which means we make crafts and cocktails all in one segment. If you're new here, I'm so excited you're here, and if you've already been here, I'm even more grateful. Today is so cool because I'm part of this ginormous spring mystery box challenge with a bunch of amazing YouTubers hosted by Sammy from Unicorn Dust Designs, and it is a hop and a giveaway. So the way this works is we each sent each other a mystery box of items. I haven't even opened mine yet, and I'm gonna have to open it and craft with everything in there no matter what it is, so I'm nervous and excited all at once. Make sure you check out everybody in the hop. I will have the person who received my box in the link down below, so if you want to check out their video, make sure you go ahead and hit that. So let's see what's in our box. Cheers. Okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to say who I got mine from. I did get it from, I think I am. I think I'm just not allowed to tell you who I sent it to, so it's a mystery. I got mine from Liz, the official craft nerd. She is super sweet, super talented, loves all things Marvel and Star Wars, but is super into farmhouse decor and stuff. So let's see what she sent me. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, a card! Zang, girl. This seems... We are supposed to send each other 7 to 10 items. There's like a lot of items in here. Okay. Daniela, I was really happy I got you for the mystery box challenge. You are such a sweet soul, and I know you are going to do great things on YouTube. I gave you a wide variety of fun things to play with and more than 10. I couldn't help it. Have fun. Love your crafty sister, Liz. Thanks, Liz! Okay. There's so much fun stuff in here. This is a buffalo check white fabric. Some really cool embossed, like, metal stickers. This fun ribbon! I think I just bought this one. I love it. It's so colorful. If you guys are new here, I really love color. Oh, look at these. So Liz is right on the money. Uh-oh. I'm off. So I'll have to pick up 7 to 10 items from these. Oh, no! I'm almost scared to touch it. Mouse traps. Thank you, Liz. Maybe I'll challenge myself and see what I can make with this. Ooh, some nautical rope. So it's really thick rope, which is cool. Ooh, I have barely seen any of these at my Dollar Tree yet. These are all Dollar Tree items, by the way. Laser cut craft icons. So these are almost like wood. They're not stickers, I don't think, but these little wood cutouts, which are really cool. I haven't seen these at my Dollar Tree either. Oh, this is fun. These wood planks, there's 6 in a pack for $1. So cool. I wonder if they're allowed to use stuff outside of our box too. Oh, I haven't seen this either. She must have been at Dollar Tree. Wired jute cord. So this is jute cord, but there's a wire inside, so you can like mold it however you want. That's super neat. Holiday cheer. So this is a little Christmas tag, which tags are actually seem to be really popular any time of season right now, so awesome. Ooh, this is soft and fun. Super soft microfiber cloth for the car. I've heard that these are a pain in the booty to cut, but it's so pretty and soft. Yay! Cacti! I love cacti! Some cacti rub-on transfers. I've been obsessed with cacti since I moved to New Mexico. And some of these fun leafy ones that everybody like has on their DIYs, and they're so beautiful. And that's it. Thanks so much, Liz! Make sure you check out her video too, so you can see what she made as well. And I'm gonna take a few minutes to brainstorm and then get into it. All right, thought I would get the hardest one out of the way and use the mouse traps. I actually used lots of materials from the box to make this cute little birdhouse sign, so let's just check out how we made it. I am starting with one of the wooden planks from the box, which later on I end up realizing I need two because the mouse traps are a little bit longer than I had expected for what I had in mind. So I'm painting it brown, but I end up hating that and we paint it over later. So just ignore this part. Then I move on to the mouse traps. I seriously could not believe that she gave me these, but it's wood, so we figured it out. It took me a minute to figure out how to remove all of the hardware, but eventually I figured out that a flat-headed screwdriver would do the trick. So I'm just removing those here before moving on to the next step. Once I've got all of the hardware removed, then I take a sanding block that I got from Dollar Tree and I try to sand all of the edges in the front and the back. Not as much of the back because it'll be glued to the planks anyways, but a few of them were pretty rough, which kind of shows later when I stain it, but I just tried to sand it the best I could for what I had. Now I'm going to take that buffalo check white and black fabric and I'm going to cut a piece that'll be big enough to be able to wrap one of these little wood planks. I'm going to set that aside for now. I'll glue it in a minute, and then I'm going to stain my other two with something called unicorn spit. Tell me if you guys have heard of what that is or not, because it was new to me, but it was on clearance at Walmart, so I was like, why not? I've heard so many cool things about it, and it says gel stain. So I used the same technique that I do with the antique wax, which is just taking a baby wipe and some of the stain and then just wiping it onto my wood boards. So I do one in this purple color and one in kind of like a light turquoisey color. After the fabric is nice and glued down, I'm going to make the doorways for my houses just using some really big popsicle sticks that I get from Walmart. And I'm just going to cut them where I want them to be and paint them black. Here's where I realized I didn't like the brown for the background. It just didn't make sense, but I thought like a bluish sky would. So I add some white, a dark blue, and a light blue, and just paint it all together on both planks because I realized that I needed two, like I said earlier, to make this tall enough to fit all three birdhouses the way I wanted them to be. Here I'm using the staining method I was talking about earlier again with a baby wipe and some antique wax by Waverly and staining the roofs of two of my birdhouses. One of them I'm going to leave the original wood color just to help it stand out even more. Now it's time to assemble. To make sure that my pieces are going to stay together, I'm just hot gluing a popsicle stick to the back, and then I am going to start hot gluing everything else together onto my background. It's as easy as that. let me know what you guys think of this one. I did add some of that wired jute right at the end. So this one incorporates, like I said, I think 1, 2, 3, 4 products from the mystery box, which is pretty dang good. Like I said, this is part of a huge spring mystery box hop, so you will go down to my link in my description and go to the next person who I sent my box to until you make it all the way around. It is also a giveaway, so everyone's going to have a mystery question in their video, and you're going to have to respond to it in the comments and go around and do that to every single person to be entered into the giveaway. The details will be in my description for that as well. My mystery question is, if you had an unlimited supply of an art or crafting product, what would it be? Comment down below. All right, you guys, you know what time it is. Let's check out today's cocktail, and let me tell you, it is so good, like so good. So let's check it out. We are featuring a red wine sangria today, so I am using a Cabernet Merlot mix that is a Chilean wine, and I'm just starting out with having it in a large bowl, or in this case I have a large measuring cup, and just throwing some diced fruit in it. Here I have some oranges, apples, and a little bit of pineapple. And you're going to want to leave that to soak. I believe I let mine soak for a little bit over an hour. Once it's nice and soaked in, you're just going to pour it into an ice-filled glass and top it off with some Sprite, and that's it. It is delicious. Oh yeah, and I made a terrible mess, but oh well. This is my absolute favorite DIY from the video, and it is a trinket dish that I made from some air dry clay. Now, I haven't used air dry clay a lot before, but I thought about making coasters first, and I had just made that in my very last one. So I've got some Sculpey air dry clay, and I'm just using some popsicle sticks to help me keep a consistent thickness. And I don't have an acrylic rolling pin, so I'm just using a small spray can and popping the bubbles as I go until I get the thickness and width that I want of my clay. Once it's the right thickness and big enough to be able to cut my shape out, I'm using this giant masking tape roll to cut out a circle, and using my X-Acto knife. If you have fancy clay tools, obviously you can use those too. The bad part about this was I didn't realize that there was like hair and dust stuck to my masking tape roll, so I ended up having to ultimately flip it over and use the other side because I couldn't get it all out. Don't judge me, like I said, I'm not big on clay. I don't 100% know what I'm doing, but anyways, my thought was to make the lip. I made a little indent circle into my already, circular piece, and that would kind of function as an outline for where I'm going to put the little ledge. So then I form a snake or rope out of some clay and create some mushy gushy slip and score it. Which means just making marks in the area where you want to glue things together and adhere those together, which was actually far more difficult than I expected. By the way, slip is just clay mixed with water that creates kind of a toothpaste-ish consistency. I didn't end up mixing mine well enough, but maybe that's why it took so long. I don't know. I was having a really hard time with it. Either way, create that mushy-gushy and the score lines and your rope and just smush it all together the best you can. Take your time with this. I know I did. Now I'm using some Mod Podge that I happened to water down because I was going to use it for a different project, so that's why it looks so thin. But I'm just coating it with this to kind of seal in the clay. By the way, you want the clay to completely dry, which should take about 24 hours. I set mine in the oven at the lowest temperature to quicken the process. But once I've got that going, I am going to glue some of that thick rope that Liz mailed to me, and that's going to create a border on the outside, so that way you also don't see any of those lumps there, which we may have left because we're still figuring out clay. Now I'm using those adorable cacti rub-on transfers that Liz also mailed to me, and I'm cutting out some of the colorful ones and some of the black and white ones because I knew I wanted some variety in color, and I just thought these would be so cute in this little dish, so I'm really glad I went with them. Once I've gotten those cut out, I'm going to stick them onto my trinket dish and rub them with a popsicle stick, which I do off camera. And then you'll see in a minute here that as I lift them, I'm kind of pulling them up with my fingers while I also try to apply some pressure with my Cricut spatula tool as well. I end up adding a second coat of Mod Podge to really seal in those rub-on transfers because I don't want them peeling up. And then I felt like it was a little bit plain with all of that white negative space. So I'm just taking some pale pink paint and adding little like tic-tac marks all over my trinket dish. Once I've got those complete, I'm just gonna go around the rim of the trinket dish with some liquid leaf gold paint, which I will leave for you in the description below, along with my heat gun and some other items for you to enjoy. Isn't it gorgeous? I am absolutely obsessed with how this came out, and I definitely want to play with some air dry clay again in the future. Coming at you one more time to say if you like me, my crafts, my cocktails, my personality, and girl, anything in between, or man, I don't care. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you check out who I sent my box to as well. I'll leave that down in the description, as well as any materials that maybe you didn't have that you can access online. Obviously the Dollar Tree materials are all from Dollar Tree. But stuff like heat gun, hot glue guns, all that kind of good stuff I'll have in the description for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let's keep watching. Last but not least is this beautiful wire, modern looking floral hanging that was inspired by some floral designs that I had seen on Instagram from Glam Mariah. If you don't follow her, oh my gosh, you need to. I'm starting out by painting one of these little wooden looking things that I got in a pack from my mystery box and just painting it white. Then I'm cutting 5 equal strips of this colorful ribbon, also from that pack. And I didn't quite measure them. I just kind of went with whatever felt good. Then I took some wire that I pre-cut into the same length as the ribbon, and I'm just gluing it all together and folding it over itself to each one of these. I have 5 of these because I'm going to have 5 petals, 5 big petals and 5 small petals. So that's all I'm doing here is just gluing it, folding over itself. Then I'm taking some more of that wired jute cord from my mystery box, and then I'm kind of creating these wiggly type of petal shapes and hot gluing them down to a small cardboard circle that I had come out from the box itself, if you count that as material. So I'm going to go around. I have 5 of these as well. Once those are secured in place, I'm taking those colorful ribbon wires that I made, I'm gluing them at the tip so that they're already pre-shaped into petals, and then gluing each one of those around as well, trying to fill in extra spots so they're not matching perfectly up with the ones behind it, so they overlap a bit. And then I glue on the little white flower on top, and that's it for this one. I seriously think this turned out real cute. I love the extra pop of color because I love color. And make sure you go check out who I gave my box to and answer that mystery question down below to be entered into the giveaway. See you next time.